Hi, mathematicians. Yep, that's you. That's me as well. How are you guys doing today? I'm really glad you're with me. Right now, before we even start, would you do me a favor? If you have not subscribed to Mrs. Seitz's Mathematicians, That's Me, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, because what happens then is that every time I put up a new video, you'll get notice of it right away. And so then therefore you can even move ahead if you want to. Right now today we're going to be talking about lesson 10. And again, it's just like our last lessons. We're talking about that 3-digit subtraction. When do we need to ungroup? And that's going to be the big thing we're going to focus on again today for this lesson. But first of all, are you ready, Math Monsters? Can you give me a little bit of Math Monsters for me? Math Monster!
Grr.
Math Monster!
Ah!
Math Monster!
Ah!
Excellent. Whew! That always gets me going. You too? I hope so. All right. Friends, get out your wonderful whiteboard. This whiteboard, first of all, can be used for lots of things. We're going to use it today for our instruction. But I'd also like you, every time you start your math, why don't you do what we've always done in the class? Why don't you do a clock right away? Put that clock on there. Put those anchor numbers in. Make a time. Ask your mom or dad who was ever taking care of you to give you a time to show on your clock. It's important for us to understand how to read an analog clock. And you can practice that every day to get a little bit of a math warm-up. All right, mathematician? That is you. So stay with me on this. Friends, let's do a little warm-up. We're going to revisit that concept of situation equation and solution equation. Remember, mathematicians know that when they read a story problem, that the equation that the story problem wants us to know might not always be how we're going to solve it. But it's important to know the situation, what's happening. So let's read this together. At the store, there are 400 cupcakes. Wow. I don't know, 400 cupcakes. At the end of the day, there were 182 not sold. How many cupcakes were sold? So let's do that one more time. At the store, there are 400 cupcakes. That's important, right? It is. And then I said, wow, because I'm like, that's a lot of cupcakes, people. Let's be honest. 400. At the end of the day, there were 182 not sold. How many cupcakes were sold? What might be the situation equation for this story problem? Put that on your board. I'll put it up here. Let's see if we agree. I'll give you just the same amount of time that I'm writing, you can write too. I know the total. You guys should know the total, right? I'm going to do a math mountain because I know Mrs. Seitz has said, use a math mountain to help you. I'm going to do that. 400 cupcakes. That's the total. Because they're not adding to it. They're just saying there's 400. And then at the end of the day, there were 182 not sold. So something happened to those 400 for there to be only 182 left. How many of you have a situation equation down? I'm going to put mine up. I know that we started with 400. Then at the end of the day, there were 182. That means during the day, something had to happen. That's right, my friends. You're looking for what? I hope you said unknown add-in. That's right, the unknown add-in is what we're looking for. That's that one right there. So we have 400. These many, we know that's how many were sold. Those are the ones that were sold. And these are the ones that were not sold. I can even mark that as not sold. So now I understand the situation. How I solve it is really what I feel is going to be comfortable for me. I'm going to take that right now, that 400, and I'm going to subtract what I still have so I can find that other one. So friend, here's our 400, take away 182. That's what Mrs. Seitz is doing for her solution equation. If you are doing a different solution equation, I'd love to see it. You can send me a picture of it. This is the one I'm going to choose because I know the total. I'm looking for the other add-in, and when I know one add-in, I can always subtract the total. From the total, I can get that other add-in. We know that. Could I have also, maybe some of you are going, nope, Mrs. Seitz, I'm going to add up. Okay, how many of you guys are using the adding up method? Because that would be smart too. You know, you could also use the adding up to 400. Fantastic. I'm going to try this one though, because we're working on that subtraction idea. So friends, I've got this 400. And I know that right now we're looking at, can I get these numbers out of these place values? There is 0 ones, 0 tens, but there's 4 100s. Now friends, that too, I can't get it out of that. There's nothing there. Remember when we talked about if there's a greater amount on the floor, I gotta go next door? Friends, what that is we're going next door, but there's 0 tens. But there really isn't, is there? You guys are smart. We know that when we have 400, we know that in that 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, we know that we can ungroup and get 10 tens out. So I'm going to do that. I know that I have actually 40 tens. I'm going to ungroup that whole thing. I'm going to go 300. I'm going to take one of these tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to take that 10 and I'm going to put it right here. I still have 300, but now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tens. Yeah, I have actually 39 tens. I have 390 plus this 10. I still have 400. I have 390 plus that 10. I just moved it to the ones place and ungrouped it. Now I can go 10 take away 2. Sure, I can take 2 away. I'm left with 8. 9 tens take away 8 tens. You bet. I'm left with